Well, that was packed.
Was it? Was it really packed?
Oh, yeah. I was at the IMAX screening for it. And I bought the ticket about a week ago. And I go in where my seat was. The row was just full of kids, except for one empty seat in the middle, and I was just like, yeah, no. And the row in front of that was completely empty, so I sat there.
How close to the screen was it?
I mean, it was like the second row, but it was the way
second from the front?
Yeah, but not in like an uncomfortable way. Like the front couple rows are sort of far enough away from the screen.
I was gonna say that something I've noticed with a lot of IMAX screens is that when they have the front rows now, it's rare you get one that's obnoxiously close, like, well, this is gonna kill your neck.
Yeah.
Like, it's still not gonna be the most comfortable, but yeah, like, those seats I haven't seen in a long time, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, one of the main theater that I go to has a couple of rooms like that where Jason and I were stuck uncomfortably close.
Well, but that one has like the recliners, right?
It did, but even
so at least
then,
you could kind of do that, but then you might fall asleep during it.
It might have. I think it was at the Bride, so there was a chance that could happen. It was still like kind of uncomfortable, but man, yeah, I didn't think the most chaotic movie I've seen in the last couple of weeks would be. I thought it would be Cannonball Run 2, but then this one comes along.
The movie itself, or the kids reacting to the movie?
Oh no, the kids were fine.
Okay.
yeah, it was a packed house. Yeah, there wasn't that much noise in it really. A couple times it was funny. There's a part in the movie where they need the super scope and it's stuck in a tree, and there was a kid behind me just, uh-oh. Like, right? They're fucked.
Don't worry, Jurassic Park is a much easier movie after this.
Yeah,
I told the kid, wait till you get to Jurassic Park. And that's much easier.
Wait till you're older and you see Super Hornio Brothers. It's a different kind of chaos going on in that movie. So what'd you think of this?
It's rough because when I did the review, my review, I was still working through it. Objectively, it's probably not a good film. As someone who's a Mario fan and likes just enough to say, oh, hey, I recognize that. I literally just play Mario Galaxy for the first time.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying the visuals of it and everything. It just barely skates by as a recommendation for me. But if anyone doesn't like this movie, I'm not going to be able to defend it.
I honestly completely agree with what you're saying, except I can't recommend it, but barely. Kind of just the lower end of what you're saying.
I really like, because I saw it at a theater. I had an early screening. It was about, with traffic, it was maybe like a 45, 50-minute drive, and I was really thinking on the way back, like, do I recommend this or not? Like, I was really, really thinking. And the major thing, I think I could really, really ride everything else, all the problems with it fine, except for one major thing, and that is the character interactions just aren't there. Everything is off screen.
Yeah.
As soon as Bowser's son appears and they tell Bowser, your son has come, and he wants to save you, and he just, this is his first time hearing, that his son is arriving, and he says, oh, I was never a very good father. Mario, can you help me be a good father? Like, I feel like we missed 5 sentences right there. And when they're walking, you see Luigi and Bowser talking. It's like, hey, Mario, Bowser really thinks he's reformed. Huh? And there's so many moments like that. When Peach finds out her backstory, which is not even that badly done. The backstory, is done okay, and it cuts back to her. She has a little smile. Boom, on to the next scene.
Yeah.
That lacking of that interaction really made a big difference. And I'm thinking to myself, I could handle all the stuff squeezed into this, the constant action sequences, you know, just the constant bouncy animation going on, going from one place to another place, just to show off characters and fun visuals and stuff from the game, whatever. If they just had a few sentences back and forth, not much, just a few in there that made me care a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was the major thing for me. But like I said, as a Mario fan, I did go, boy, it's neat seeing that. The visuals are nice.
Yeah.
I like this one did look better than the first one. I really like they made space look really pretty. The shots are really cool. A lot of the environments are really cool. There's like this casino where you can walk on the walls.
Yeah.
That had a fun action sequence. It was cool seeing Wart. And only in for a few minutes, and he's hanging with, like, you know, was it Mouser and, like, all these other people. I'm like, ooh,
Glip was in there.
Yeah, so I ate all that stuff up, but I think I said it started off as, like, an okay Illumination film, like Despicable Me. And then, as it kept going, it became more and more Despicable Me 4.
Which I didn't see. I don't think I saw that one.
I mean, if you did, you'd have the exact same reaction. Did I watch that? It's just things happening. And that's what it felt like more and more. And there was something about when it got to the very, very end, right before it got to the credits, it happened so much, and like it just almost advertised and sung, "We don't care," as it cut to the credits. I was kind of like, God damn it, you're really making it hard to recommend.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying. It is a gorgeous looking film. I was constantly impressed by the animation.
You are totally
in this.
out of the
Oh, that's fine. Just take my word for it.
Now we're out of focus. Oh no. Oh, there we go. You need to see in clarity. My bald head. Yeah, boy, that
I was really like, yeah, we are. But they're like, oh, right, my glasses are off. No, is it still out of focus?
Man, I can't tell.
It's clear.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I was constantly impressed by how the action scenes look, the sound design of the movie, just everything that they're doing in this world. It was gorgeous, and if you see it in 3D, it's probably pretty cool. I wasn't, but I did see it on IMAX, and it was, yeah, they put a lot into it as far as an IMAX presentation goes. But the movie it's too much. There's enough material in here for about 12 movies. They cram it into one. So you have dozens upon dozens of these plot points, backstories, way too many characters that are all crammed into this, that it's just random, and it's kind of barely a movie. It because it's several movies in one. If they had just picked maybe a couple of things, then it would at least be more focused. I would care a lot more. The only character in this that I thought was done well, in that they actually are a character and they kind of have an arc through it, is Bowser. Mm-hmm. I was enjoying him in this. He was the highlight of it for me. And, you know, I like the stuff with Wart and the casino and all that, to the point to where I'm like, well, it is the second Mario movie. Really, the entire film should be
a dream.
Yeah, should be a dream, and, like, it should be what the little details I was liking with Wart, like
the bubbles coming out his nose. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So because I do love the Mario games, so I was, yeah, picking up on the references to them, right down to at the beginning when one of the stars says, I'm hooked on the brothers.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that got a laugh out of me. So it's weird because it's like, this is kind of the same type of movie as Warcraft and the Five Nights at Freddy's movies, where it's just, it's fan service. That's all this movie is. I liked this better. Probably because I've played the games. So, sure, I was picking up on all the Easter eggs and the little things they were putting. The little sound effects that they would put in every now and then. Yeah, I liked looking at the background and the world and everything. Kind of like when you're watching Space Jam and you're looking at the audience and you're like, oh, there's Claude. Like, you know, things like, oh, there's Claude again. They're just They're just cut and pasting this crowd. So I was having a hard time really connecting with any story in this because, again, it is just, they had a bunch of different ideas. It's all crammed together. When you think it's kind of going to focus in on something, now we got another backstory. And they get to these plot points so fast that you're like, oh, well, I guess this is a main character now.
You don't have any time to take in anything because the characters don't have any time to take in anything. And that's why, for me, it's not even that they cram so much, because I was expecting that. I'm just looking at the trailer, and I'm like, all right, they're going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at this, but we're in a unique time where you can do that, and a film can still be good, especially in animation, because not only do you have these characters and references and just years and years of IP being developed that people are familiar with, but with animation, you can get across so much information so much faster. So I think of something like the Spider-Verse movies, where there's a lot going on, or even the K-pop Demon Hunters that came out, there's a lot going on in that, but you catch on so quickly to what's going on, and they do take just those little moments, those little essential moments that just show a reaction to something happening. You know, every action, there's a reaction. You got the action, you don't have the reaction, and you need that. That's a crucial part. And so for me, I was ready to have a lot thrown at me, and I just did not need much. I needed just a little, a sentence, a couple sentences, a couple moments of someone just reacting to something happening. That's really all I needed. And it was in such a rush to get done and made, I feel like, and just, I don't know, fit in as many screening times as possible, maybe, that, like I said, by the time it cut to the credits, I literally kind of went, oh, come on, when it happened, because I was just like, are you a movie or not?
You're right. Yeah.
But like I said, the big moment for me when I was doing my reviews, I was asking myself, as a Mario fan, would I feel like I missed something if I did not see this movie? I do kind of feel like I would. There are a lot of moments in this, particularly with the visuals and seeing some of these characters, especially early on, where it doesn't feel too rushed early on. Like, it does in moments, but when you see Rosalina and the stars, and you cut to Mario and Luigi sort of going through that pyramid and everything's going at a good pace, even though stars, when they shoot across the castle, the Mushroom Kingdom and everything, it took some time for that to really let those be kind of nice, magical moments as they should be. It's really anything with the characters, which is a biggie, but at the same time, the characters are already set up, so that helps. It's not something where it's like, well, I don't know what this person's about. No, I do. That helps, and it gets me through, like I said, just enough. But when I say I recommend it in the same way I recommend Moana 2 or Kung Fu Panda 4. Am I really saying it's anything like, the last one are really that great? No, but it's fine enough. I'm glad I saw it. It had just enough in there that I said, okay, I'm glad I saw it, and any fan of this will take something out of it. So that is just the thinnest recommendation, though. Like, I do admit, I can't... When I see this has a bad critic score, I'm not surprised by that. With the first film, it's like, okay, I see why, but I'm also like, oh, lighten up, it's Super Mario Brothers. Where this one, I'm like, no, I get it a lot more with this one.
I totally do. And I know some people who saw this movie and hadn't played the games. They needed help watching this movie.
Even the same thing with the first one. I guess I've been told... some people in my comments for the first film said that, like, whatever, their parents or whatever went to see it and followed it fine and liked it fine and everything. But there's still moments where I'm just like, well, when the turtle just shouts blue shell and rushes towards him, like, what did the parents make of that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. There's lots of stuff like that.
Look, I could be back in 1993 and my dad and I go see that movie and we both needed help. and I grew up with these games.
Yeah.
Son, why are they walking the dinosaur? It's the name of the song, Dad.
Well, speaking of which, I was even saying when they introduce Yoshi, and he's really cute, and this is, neat, and then he's just kind of part of the gang. They act like they knew him forever, and I'm thinking, how about just a little bit of trying to figure out, do I treat him as a friend or a pet?
Yeah.
Like, just that little bit would help flesh that out a little bit. And again, as he keeps going, it's like, okay, I get an idea what Yoshi is like and what he's about and everything, but the connection with the brothers there, the Mario brothers, that's what should be interesting. And they just completely ignore that.
Just, he's part of the gang now, because now we got to do this game. We got to do this game for a little bit. Now we got to do Yoshi's Island. That's the main priority of this movie, and it is kind of frustrating. I mean, there was a funny gag where them kind of rushing a thing was part of the joke, which is the only time that it seemed self-aware in that regard, was when it sort of showed Yoshi's like tiny backstory, and it was done in this montage where it was like he had this whole kind of E.T. like plot going on, and they kind of sum it up in about 30 seconds or a minute. That I kind of laughed at.
And they also don't know what he says. Like, I guess we'll never know what his backstory is.
I'm like, okay, that's at least that's a joke, and that is kind of having fun with summing something up really, really quick.
They did one other one with Mario and I don't think I'm giving anything away that Star Fox is in this. That's in all the trailers and stuff like that. When they meet up, they make it look like something else is going to happen, and then they just go, nah, we don't want to. They just completely ignore it. And that was
pretty funny.
Yeah, that was something where it threw me off for a second. I'm like, actually, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I did get some laughs out of this. Mainly it was from Jack Black. 'Cause it's a video game movie. He's got to be in it.
Yeah.
No, he was really good in the first one, too, and he's good here as well. I mean, like I said, largely because he's the only one who kind of is a three-dimensional character in this.
Yeah. None of the actors were bad in this. And I thought, even ones I was a little tugging my collar at, like I wasn't sure how Louis Guzman was going to be as like Wart or Brie Larson as Rosalina. And they're all good. They bring
they're really good.
exactly what you need, and they do it well and everything. Anything that doesn't work is just around the writing or the amount of time they have in the film. And I wonder if this happened to you too. There were many moments in this where I kept forgetting characters were in the film. I kept forgetting Rosalina was in. I kept forgetting the Mario Brothers were in.
I was about to say the same thing. I thought that in the movie. I was like, oh right, it is a Mario movie.
So I mean, I can't pretend these are not major problems with the movie. But, and like I said, I kept going back and forth. Did I like this? Did I not? And I kept coming back to, if I missed seeing this film on the big screen, especially, like I said, after just discovering Mario Galaxy, I do feel like I would have missed out. I would have regretted it. So
Sure.
I do kind of go, all right, I'll, like I said, give it just the thinnest of a pass.
I get it, and I get why people would like it. I do. If you're going to this and you want to be entertained by all the references that it's throwing out and all the Easter eggs, yeah, sure, I get that. Because, I mean, yeah, I noticed them too, and yeah, I'm not going to lie. Like, there was some nostalgia that went along with that, for sure. Right down to, like I said, just little tiny sound effects they would put in there. I just wish it was a way better written film, because I'm not lying, it's close to being like Cannonball Run 2. A lot of the same problems with that I have with this movie. I think is better. But at that point I'm like, we should have just made a Mario Kart movie.
Yeah, this is about, and I'm very comfortable with characters, stories, movies, shows, whatever, that are very clearly commercials, but they're done in entertaining
For sure.
way. I'm fine. Again, we grew up with Ninja Turtles, He-Man, and all that, and we loved all that fine. But this really is one where I'm like, you are pushing the limit with this. Like, I really do feel like I'm just watching an advertisement for a future Mario Brawl movie, pretty much. I just feel like that's what they're building up. And even if not, it just feels that way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a major problem. It's a major issue. I'm not gonna pretend it isn't. But it looked pretty.
It does. It does. I'm guessing B- for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do I go? Okay, I wasn't. It is pretty. I'll give it a C plus. I guess. I don't know. If you ask me the same question 30 seconds later, I might say a C.
Yeah, it's I get the feeling, I was telling somebody on stream, I get the feeling I'm going to have a similar reaction when the new Scary Movie comes out, which is going to be, I'm going to sit there in the theater, I'm going to have a good time, I'm going to hear people having fun, I'm going to say, I enjoyed that experience. I'm going to see it when it comes out on streaming, and I'm not going to like it. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not, pre-reviewing that film, before it comes out. I mean, I could love it, I could hate it, whatever. But I get the feeling that's what's going to happen with this, where I'm like, that was a fun experience, and I'm sure it'll be a fine movie to put on for kids to have on in the background, but I don't know how much the kids are actually going to re-watch it, like actually watch it.
Yeah.
Again, you know what I mean? They're going to play a game. They're going to go do something else. They're going to talk to each other over the movie. I can't see this really being one where they sit down and they're really engaged to watch again. Like, they can't wait to watch it again.
Because the movie itself is an ADHD-esque movie.
Yeah, no, it really is.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and stick with a C plus, barely.
Yeah.
Because this movie is such a sugar rush, and it is so loud and pure chaos. It easily could have been really obnoxious to sit through. I was never annoying.
No, I wasn't either.
Yeah, I wasn't. Probably helps that we played the games.
Yeah. And again, that's not setting it to a high bar.
No,
it's really not. I mean, I feel like people can get the idea from how we're talking about it. I'm technically recommending it. You're technically not. But it's a real gray area. And I feel like people just know going in if this is going to be something that's up their alley or not.
Yeah. My audience really liked it. It got applause at the end. I don't know. I'm assuming there's a mid-credit sequence. I didn't see it.
The mid-credit sequence isn't... it's just a joke. There's nothing... And then there's one at the end, which I won't give it away, but it's like... There's one major Mario character who's not in this movie. Who do you think is in the end credits? I mean, it's just that.
I'm wondering if it's the one where, I don't know, 3/4 of the way into the movie, I'm like, I'm kind of surprised this character's not in it.
Well, I mean, we'll see after.
Yeah.
It's the one we're thinking. But, in my opinion, I was just like, all right, well, there's only one I can think of that, like, they haven't introduced. And it's like, oh, okay. There.
Okay.
And they don't do anything with it. It's just like, oh, there's that character. Really nothing else.
Wow!
Building up, there's got to be another movie with this character, but yeah.
Wow, smash mouth!
I literally just edited that.
Did you really?
Yes! That's the next review I'm doing. So,
you're doing Rat Race?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's a positive review, but
yeah.
But the opening and ending is not very good.
You got the better Cannonball Run, too. I love the first Cannonball Run, but I think that's about all I got. I probably will go home and play the games a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I will give it that. It's a very effective commercial. I really wanted to play the games.
I did too. It's like, I'm not recommending this movie, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go home and play the game a little bit. Take care.
Bye.